what are we gonna do? What are we gonna say? How do we?
I have 5 questions for you.
Oh yeah, 5 questions. Okay, yeah. I'm just gonna be.
I didn't even write them down, dude. But I have 5 questions.
I'm gonna shut up.
I've been looking into you, and I've wondered. I didn't get the right questions across last time.
Okay.
My first question is.
But,
You like to clap? Hold on.
yeah.
Bam. Anyway. Here we go.
Here we go.
Here we go. This is it. This is it. We're gonna do it.
All right, Dirk.
Here we go.
Turn into Jake Paul on me.
Anyway, so my first question is, what are things to not represent pot?
Oh wow, yeah, that's you're going straight into it. Yeah.
Like, what are things that you do not think people should say about pot?
So, okay.
How to not represent it.
How to not represent cannabis. So, I love pot, weed, and cannabis. There are some words that people are kind of not digging these days, like marijuana and but I like marijuana too. It has some historical significance. I'm sure it was a derogatory term, but whenever you're learning about cannabis, you definitely should not skip over that. You don't want to erase that from the history books. So, we have several misunderstandings about cannabis. Cannabis doesn't cure cancer. It kills cancer cells through a process called apoptosis. It doesn't cure cancer though. You just do some research about cancer, you'll find out it's too vast of a disease to actually have a cure. There's so many different types of cancer, so it makes you sound like you don't know what you're talking about when you say there's a cure for cancer, because there's no such thing.
Right, as I such previously stated in a video before.
Yeah. So there's.
Now we made a good joke about it. But.
Yeah. No, there's definitely some that's been a big one. There's a guy named Raphael Mechoulam who basically started that whole thing. He was one of the first guys to actually do research on the cannabinoids individually, and really his fascination is with THC. So here's another misconception, that CBD is the only medicinal part of cannabis. That is absolutely not true. It's definitely a big part of it, but there's this thing called the entourage effect. I don't know exactly if that's a medical term or not, but it's where you have a mixture of the cannabinoids entering your system. They work together in such a way that you can't get, if you have a nice balance of CBDs and a nice balance of THC, they kind of cancel each other out, and it creates a nice balance. So, and THC, here's an interesting fact I learned recently. THC is actually the cannabinoid that's responsible for the munchies. That part of the high, that mind-altering high, that everyone's so scared of. It's actually the part that's saving, people's appetites, and that's wasting syndrome with AIDS patients and people with cancer that are doing chemo and stuff. Yeah, that's THC is what helps with that. That's why they have drugs like Marinol and Dronabinol that are synthetic forms of THC. And the government has a patent or something. I wish I could Google the number, but it's a little patent number that the government has on cannabinoids. But I'll remind you that they are synthetic, because you can't patent nature. You have to be able to create it to patent it. So nature did it first. So I don't know why they don't just use it. It's like they're following these silly guidelines and laws that they made up, and people are dying over these little. Just because you can't patent it, like, come on, let's just use it. That's why I really appreciate the medical and recreational side of things. I understand the process that cannabis gets recreational, and it's through medical. Now, let's say, as Oklahomans, we think that California and Colorado are some of the most liberal places. Well, California, it took them 20 years to get recreational. It took Colorado 13 to get recreational. And to promote a recreational petition in the shadow of the vote on June 26th is definitely, it's not giving marijuana, cannabis, pot, weed activists a good name. We have been promoting for medical, and we say that we want medical, and that's the logical thing to do. But whenever you go and you promote a recreational petition, it makes it makes it seem like you just want to get high.
Right.
You don't have the focus to focus on one thing, and that's I understand, there's a lot of hype and there's a lot of new stuff going around, but we've got a vote coming up June 26th in this month, and people are spreading a recreational petition. You've got to stop spreading that recreational petition. There's too many patients on the line to be messing with that.
All right. Well, my second question for you was, that you were going off there. So,
yeah, it was.
That's
what
good.
was the first question?
Well, the first question was kind of like, how to not represent pot.
Yeah.
How
exactly.
Like,
there we go. Yeah,
and that was a good speech.
I went around and I kind of felt like I summed it up again.
Yeah, you did. I was definitely there. I could keep up with it very well. Very easy.
Right on. Keep me in line.
Well, my second question for you is, where can you vote?
Ooh, you can vote at your local polling place. You can look that up on ok.gov and just type in your information there, and they will give you your local polling place. It's a little too late to register to vote now if you're not a registered voter. But if you are registered to vote, just go on ok.gov. Hopefully, if you have gotten your voter registration card, it should be on your voter registration card where your polling place is.
Okay. Well, I didn't know if it was different for like election,
It is the exact
for like presidential elections or for
believe
I've never voted on a bill before.
I'm not that political, and I don't know that much about like policy and
So I voted for. Oh, well, I went and voted when I went.
But
voted
I believe this
for
is
the
going
president.
to be the primary. This is one of the primary voting stages, I think. I don't know, but yeah, this is a lot of people are going to be voting.
You can go to that website and you can find it all out. Okay. Well, and then my third question was, how often do you use cannabis?
Every day.
Well, you can elaborate on every day.
Well, doctors say I should take Adderall every day.
So, how often does it you use it? Like, throughout the day, you don't sit there and have a piped joint in your hand at all times of the day. Like, when do you find it best for you?
Whenever I'm trying to really kind of do something to focus on, if I'm like filling out an application, or if I'm trying to write down something, or if I want to focus on something or get passionate about something, is what I call it. I call it getting passionate, because I do get passionate. It's really easy for me to trigger my passion, but I just take a little puff out of my little one hitter. I'm not like smoking a joint or bongs or anything like that. I don't have that type of paraphernalia, but I keep it in my a little wooden box, fits in my pocket, and this little metal cigarette I pull out, and I just dig it down in one side. The little box holds a little metal cigarette and a little bit of cannabis on the other side.
Yeah, you explained that one hitter thing. That's what you're talking about.
Yeah.
So you're pretty much just that the whole day. Okay.
Yeah.
I
would say legitimately probably every 4 to 6 hours.
So I like to wake up and smoke it, and then I won't smoke it again probably till later on in the day.
Yeah.
Probably
How much do you smoke in a sitting?
Me, I'll load like maybe a full bong bowl.
Sure, yeah.
But I'll take a.
I can make a full bong bowl last me all day long, smoking a little.
Right. So well, exactly. Yeah. See, and I'll smoke one, then it's pretty much gone after that. Because now if I smoke it out of a pipe, I'd probably smoke like 3-4 bowls a day. 3-4 bowls a day, not much.
Yeah.
I guess people say that's maybe a gram a day. I guess.
Yeah,
if I can have it,
Yeah.
It just sucks, that we're in a legal state. I feel like I'm going to go to jail if I fucking smoke it.
That seems like a lot.
I have 2 kids.
You gotta remember that in let's say what's common is like a blunt or a joint. You could fit a gram into one of those easy.
Yeah.
You could fit like 3 grams in a blunt.
Oh yeah.
People are smoking this in one sitting. That's why people do it in circles.
Yeah.
No, they
Oh yeah,
there's people. I don't know, dabs and stuff. That's some. Ooh,
that's another.
I've seen somebody do a foot-long dab one time, and
in real life.
No. It was on the internet.
But, damn you, internet.
Yeah, it was.
Oh man, that's good. I got a good point on that.
And that's how I know you can't die from it.
Well,
there's probably 40 grams in that dab.
The thing, you can't die from it. So, that was my fourth question. Has anybody actually died from it?
Ooh, good question. I have an interesting approach to this. I don't think anyone's ever died from overdose of cannabis. You have to kind of make that that statement, you know, that there's never been an actual overdose of cannabis because it just doesn't affect the parts of the brain and stuff. You know, why do people overdose on opiates? Because it shuts down your lungs, right? It makes you quit breathing. Your respiratory system shuts down. So that kills you. You know, it affects that part of your brain, the spinal cord, or the part of the brain that connects your spinal cord to your brain. You know, it does something in there. I believe that's the area, but I wish I knew the name of it. Cannabis doesn't shut down anything. You know, the worst thing that's going to happen is if you can smoke too much and get a thing called, I like to call it greening out, is what most pot users have agreed on. It's called greening out, where you just get green sick. You kind of start throwing up.
Oh yeah, I knew a bunch of people got green sick back in.
That's just from introducing this crazy, you know, intense cannabinoid into your system that you've never had in there before. You know, it's like that's to be expected. You know, that's why smoking a little bit is just right. Most people are taking puffs off of blunts their first time, or I don't know how they're doing it their first time, but my first time I was definitely in a circle with my older siblings and some of their friends, and I got way too high. I didn't throw up or anything, but I was definitely way too high. I've personally, you know, I got nauseous a few times off of it, sure.
Like super paranoid. Yeah. You know, but
I have an iron gut. Paranoia did kind of come at first. I was definitely like, oh my god, everyone knows I'm high. It kind of broke down my mental barriers. Yeah. Right. So there's deaths. There's definitely not any deaths that I think of, but I will level with everyone, and we'll start considering, you know, I want to say medical complications. I'm not going to consider all the high fatalities and stuff and this and that from driving and all this stuff. You know, that there are people that you should not do that. That's just a given. Do not drive high. Or you know, but there's a definite difference between cannabis and alcohol and stuff. You know, can you become a better drunk when you drink a little bit? You know, can you get better at being drunk?
Nah.
It's hard to do, but there are some people who do it. But one of the things
I don't think. I mean, I feel like, you know, there's functioning alcoholics. You know,
yeah.
Some people think that's controversial. You know,
well, those are people that are like, but to be drunk and to not stumble and to not slur and to not nod and stuff, that's almost impossible.
Yeah. No, you're gonna get drugged down by that stuff. It's gonna affect
cannabis is a whole other monster entirely. You can be completely stoned out of your bonkers, but if you
stoned out of your gourd.
Yeah, you can be completely bonkers, and if you've done that a few times, if you've been bonkers a few times, you're kind of cool. You can kind of do it. It's like practice makes perfect. It's not gonna inebriate
like this
you.
podcast. That first episode was nowhere near as good as this one.
Yeah.
That first episode's nowhere near as good as this one.
But yeah, I would say that I've been doing research, and I think I found 2 marijuana deaths. There was a lady in England, I think, that smoked cannabis and had heart palpitations and stuff, you know, and she died because she was high for the first time, you know. She had an underlying heart condition that she didn't know about or something, but she died.
Damn, that sucks.
And then there was a gentleman who, I forget what happened, but or what was it? I'll have to look it up again. I need to be more prepared for that one. But there was another gentleman that I think he was in his late 30s, and he passed away because of some type of, I don't know if it was another heart condition, but he died, and the only thing he had in his system was cannabis. So they blamed it on that. That was the less convincing of the two.
So that's just somebody hearsay.
It was a news article that I read.
Okay. At the end of the day, though, so nobody's died from cannabis overdose.
Yeah, or there's just been 2 in the history of mankind.
Okay. And my 5th question for you was, how much do you love weed?
Oh man,
Where do you prioritize it in your life?
Oh man, it's close to the bottom. You know, like where medications go. You know, I don't like want to hang out with my medication all the time. You know, and do all that stuff. And it's like I'd put it right around. If there was a entertainment and medicine slot, I'll put it into that. Like I enjoy my medicine. You know, it's not something that I dread doing. You know, I can have a special relationship with it in a way that I can be independent with this type of medicine. I can grow my own. I could literally, it could be part of my hobby, entertainment, and medicine.
See, that's one thing I feel like even if I could grow my own, I don't know how to.
It's hard, yes, but there are if you learn how to grow cannabis, you'd be a pretty good gardener.
Well, I think you explained how in that one video a
yeah,
little
like
bit about
the whole like patterns of how many you can grow and all that. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
But, yeah, that's pretty awesome, man. Yeah, I like that question. I'm super passionate about it. I could talk forever on it. I'll sum this up with vote yes, June 26th, so that we can have an alternative to these opiates and like me personally. I'll tell you why I use cannabis. I use it for my ADHD because I was supposed to be taking Adderall every day, and that's my drug of choice. So I had to quit that. That was the first step in addiction, you know, to quit that drug of choice, and then it was I needed something for my ADHD. It's not like I can just.
Do you use any other drugs?
No. I never really smoked. I puffed on a few while I was bartending, but I never smoked cigarettes. I drink coffee a little bit. Like.
Have you ever done mushrooms?
Yeah, I've done mushrooms. Yeah, it's not.
So when I say you've done any other drugs, you said no, but when I say mushrooms,
I've done every
yes.
drug at least once.
Oh. Okay.
but consistently, ask me what drugs I've done in the past 5 years. It's gonna narrow it down. You ask me how many drugs I've done in the past 2 years. It's been cannabis.
2 years, okay.
Yeah.
That's cool. That's good. I see. When I went to Colorado, I had that all green diet, you know, and it worked out for me.
That's an awesome story. I really like that story. It's so cool that you got to go up there and experience that. I hate the way you did it, you know, because you added to the homeless population, but that is an amazing, a first-hand account of being, you got off your drug. That was a brave thing you did, actually, because that was the first step. You went somewhere to use something that you knew was going to get you off your drug of choice. And a lot of people need a support system to do all that, but you had a tent, so
yeah,
I really appreciate. That's a really good story.
It was crazy up there, you know, that old man on top of the hill. He whenever I was looking for them cows, he actually let me come live on his land.
Oh.
Yeah, I never got to finish that off.
That's cool.
Yeah, he could let me come live on his land. He gave me like an acre of his land to live off of it and plot. He let me plot the land and clear it, and they had all kinds of cactus out there and stuff. He had a big old forklift bulldozer thing or whatever. I don't know how it's called. And he drug it all the way from his property. You know, which he had 500 acres. You know, so he was like, well, hey, you know, you can come stay on this side of there, and he actually let me know. You know, I was there legally. So that's why I was able to smoke weed there, because technically you can't just smoke weed anywhere in Colorado. You know, and that's
you were camping out there on your property.
Right, and that's another misconception, thinking, you can just smoke a joint anywhere. It's like, no, you still do it at home, shit, you know.
Yeah, just like alcohol. You can't just walk around drinking alcohol.
No, you gotta do it at home, and, you know, there was like maybe a few smoke lounges, but I didn't see any down there, you know,
well, there's bars, you know. I don't agree with, you know, getting drunk and having your car in the parking lot. You know, like, bars have parking lots. What the hell are you doing at a bar? You're drinking.
Right.
The bars parking lot should be full.
Oh man.
Should be full all night long until the morning, and those sober people come and pick them up. But every car leaves there that night.
I've thought about that before too. I'm like, you know what?
I was a bartender for like 2 years, man. Dude, you'd be surprised, and it's supposed to be my job. There is no way in hell that I could wrangle up every single person that's been in the bar from getting in their freaking car. I'd have to take every single pair of keys that came in.
Yeah.
Bars are a joke.
Yeah, because I've heard of like the theory of like, you know, people go out there and marking your tires with chalk or something.
They're not waste. You know how much chalk they would go through?
Yeah. I've thought about that my damn self. I was thinking the same damn thing at one point. I was like, man, how is it? I think I was at a Slick Willie's. I was like, you know, everybody here's gonna be drinking like. Everybody's gonna be leaving. Like, how they'd have to be pulling over everybody, and then there's like some law.
I don't know why cops
I don't know if
don't
they just park out there. But
it would be entrapment if cops just sat.
But why is that entrapment when they know everybody that are leaving's drunk?
Exactly. I don't know why bars don't join up with the taxi agencies or Uber or something. You know?
Yeah.
They should all be sponsored by Uber and taxi agencies.
That's a damn good idea.
I don't know. I don't get it. There's a lot of things. I just need to be president. So.
Just need to be president. Storm for president 2020.
Yeah. Oh, I stepped on the puppy's tail. That's what's Ollie's. You have some pretty dogs.
Thank you. They're quite beautiful. Here, I got somebody at the door. Who there? Who there? I told you you'd be in there. I told you you'd be back.
Means the man's back.
Told you you'd be back. No
Peanut butter and
problemo,
jelly.
senor.
Oh.
It's no problem, senor. I knew you'd be back. I knew you'd be back.
Yeah, I figured too today.
What's the verdict?
Oh, I need to get that assessment. Got me coming back in less than a month, July 6th. He said a word I hadn't heard him use before. The P word. Probation.
What? Hell yeah.
Well, he said, I'm going to try to get her to use probation. And then, so at least he thinks, he had a good talk with her today, evidently.
Yeah, that call did a lot of good coming from that fucking nut job trying to fucking
and then he
trap
indicated
you.
she probably called the DA too.
Yeah. She was all tweaked
Oh,
up.
yeah.
She was all tweaked up and fucked up, and she tried
called him
sabotaging you.
multiple times.
She tried sabotaging you and trying to get you in jail. They're trying to put my dad in prison for 10 years is what the fucking first thing they said. Over some bullshit. You know, he hit a car and pushed it up the road a little bit, you know, and...
Well, I mean, yeah, pushed it from the front of their driveway to the edge of their yard.
Right.
That's all.
Yeah, you just
I
barely...
mean, and I'm not making light of it. It was a terroristic act. I'm sure it scared.
Yeah, and there, for the first time in your life, it was a victim. You know, there was a victim involved technically.
She
you know.
wasn't hurt.
She didn't get hurt.
I'm sure it was terrifying.
Right.
No doubt.
Yeah, she was absolutely. You know, I'm sure she was probably scared. But
It was
the
an
fact
act
that
of
the fact that they're
terror.
going after you, like you're like putting you in prison, like trying to extinguish you. Like this is it for him. Like you've already been in trouble enough. This is it for you. You're going down. We're gonna be the deciding factor on you going down. It's like, you know, that they've called and sat there and called up there and tweaked and talked to the DA, calling his lawyer, his lawyer. After they trapped him, told him to come over to his house that they're gonna talk and be nice and friendly and help him out. And then they started trying to say he was trying to bribe him, and then and then they've called the lawyer and the DA multiple times, just yakety because all they do is huff
the
and
more
puff
she
and
does
huff and
that,
puff.
no doubt, the better.
Yeah, that's what I said. I told you last
That
night when I heard that, I
DA
rejoiced. I rejoiced when I heard that last night. I swear I slept like a baby. I rejoiced when I heard that. I knew immediately. Yeah.
And I tell the lawyer regularly, I said, you know, I was just trying to sever my family from theirs. You know, I said I was desperate for a way to sever. So I was smoking dope with my wife and my youngest son. And I was just a desperate man to sever that.
Right, and I believe that. You know, that's it was misrepresented as hell. If anything, like I said, they could have got you on some other charges if they wanted to a long time ago. For like squatting in the house or something stupid like that, you know, or letting you go that one day you drove off, you know, with the illegal tag, you know, certain little things, you know, they could have got you in trouble, but not for nothing major, you know. That was definitely fucked up.
Yeah, the only real harm done on this crime was that I scared someone to death, and I kind of think that's what the DA's up to, going to try to scare me to death. Which, you know, done a fairly good job.
But yeah, I just knew it. I knew that if I kept on saying it, I believed it. I believed that you'll be back and that you wouldn't be going to prison.
He sure
10
seemed like he
years.
had a lot better talk. Yeah, that was, you know, that's absurd. That's the maximum for, you know, this crime. 10 years. So I never really feared that. But I feared her insisting on doing 2 or 3.
God, yeah. That's a trip. I hope everything works out in the better.
Oh, thanks. Mama, sit down a minute.
Alright, well, relax.
Yeah.
That's some crazy shit there, dude.
That's man.
That
that's
bitch
story in itself.
sucks.
Yeah. fuck
She's
her.
she's a vindictive person to go after him, trying to attack him like that.
Trap him
Try to entrap him and then try to put him away, like extinguish him. Like, you know, we were, like I said before, we're, you know, in a rebuilding phase. You know, my family, you know, we're in a rebuilding phase, trying to get off, you know, drugs, trying to stay clean and sober, and, you know.
Yeah, man,
like I said, I feel like I'm breaking the law just by smoking cannabis alone. You know, I feel like I'm going to go to prison over that.
It's called an exit strategy, man. Addiction's like being trapped in a burning house. You know, it's like, what's the first thing you got to do when you wake up? You're startled. You just realize you have an addiction. You're just like, man, I'm in this burning house. What do I do? Well, there's rules. You know, like just like in a burning house, man, you got to lay low. You know, there's that idea of like, I got to hide. I can't ask my family for help. You don't have that many options. You know, so just like in a burning house, you're crawling to try to survive. So when you get to a threshold, a way out, you know, what are you supposed to do? Well, you can't just walk through it. You can't just go through it normally like you would because your house is burning down.
Right.
You gotta touch. You gotta see if it's hot. You know, you gotta think about, if I open this door, is the airflow gonna go? You know, is it gonna stir the fire up? You know, that's those thresholds in addiction are like asking your family for help, getting a job, doing things that are gonna put you out there. You know, that's gonna get you out. Right. So what usually happens when you finally do get out of the house? Most people run right back into the house after something they care about or the nostalgia. So that's the only reason that people get back into addiction, you know, is because of loved ones and memories. You know, have you ever had that memory that's like, man, I wish I need that hit, you know?
Oh, fuck, all the time, dude.
That's what I call
all the time.
That's what I call drug nostalgia.
Okay, yeah, well, I experience it all the time. Like I said, I always felt inebriated.
That
I always felt
time.
inebriated by the drug. Like I said, I was always in recovery.
Yeah.
I was always detoxing. I was always trying to get away from it and everything. And I always hated being a drug addict. I hated smoking drugs. I hated doing all. You know, being a piece of shit. Basically, I hated being a piece of shit. I hated being at rock bottom at all times in my mind. Whether I had money in my pocket or not, I was always in my mind at rock bottom. You know,
Some say that's the first step.
You know, and well, yeah, you know, but when you get sick and tired of being sick and tired, but still, even then, it's like it's still hard to get. You know, it's just gradual progression. I've put in a lot of effort to get off drugs.
You don't have to hit that rock bottom. If you want to change, you can change now. You can change before you get addicted. You know, you can. There's strategies and ways and things to learn about yourself that will help you even become an addict. Especially if you have precursors, like your family's an addict.
No,
you've been on
like
addictive medications.
When I said it's embedded in your DNA, absolutely. Precursors, what you say.
Yeah.
You know, I believe it's just so, you know, it's so troubling right now with, you know, my family issues. You know, because like I said, but right now my dad's facing 10 years in prison. It's like that's like the maximum penalty. It's like it went from 5 years in, 5 years out to 10 years, and he didn't even have another court date yet. It's like they raised it. It's like, and like my dad said, he thinks maybe that DA's trying to, you know, scare the hell out of him. But you know, like I said, it's like this family's out to get us. This family out here, they don't like us, you know. And my dad was just trying to sever ties with that family. You know, was trying to save his family, get us off drugs. Like, you know how I said it was heroic me going to Colorado. Well, it was heroic doing what my dad did that night, and yet he's gonna, you know, put us in. Look where we're at now in a house. You know, I heard a quote saying, you know, pray for the thing, or remember the days you prayed for the things that you have today. Mm-hmm. And right now I have a house. I'm not in a tent. I'm in a, you know, now it's bills are, you know, tight. You know, the money's tight. It's hard to pay bills and stuff, but you know, it's a sandwich.
Yeah, it's egg sandwich. How you doing, man?
Doing well.
Listen to me. Where's that shirt of that?
Egg sandwich. Nice.
Yeah, that's a good mom right there.
That is a good mom.
That's what's up.
Now I feel bad that you want
No.
half
You're
of my
fine.
egg sandwich.
No. I'm fine. I ate before I came over here. I actually cook my dad eggs every morning.
Why eggs?
Because he loves them.
He loves eggs every day.
Every day. Every morning he eats toast and eggs.
That's weird. I don't even eat breakfast usually. Anytime I eat breakfast food, it's in the middle of the day.
Yeah, it's not every day. I'm not that good, but yeah, I like making eggs, and I'm really good at it. I can make 4 eggs and flip them all at once, you know. And that's how he likes them. He likes them in bunches. Like if I made them the way he wanted them, I would make each individual egg single, so he could put each egg in his mouth at once. Because he eats whole eggs. If you make them single for him, he will stuff a whole egg in his mouth.
Huh.
So I make him like where he has to cut them up and make little bites and stuff.
That's funny. I just imagine like the Hamburglar just eating instead of Hamburger.
Like, I was putting salt and pepper and
what's
stuff
the
on it.
nickname for that instead of the Hamburglar? Like from, you remember McDonald's eating all the hamburgers?
Egginator.
Executor.
Executor. Executor. That's exactly.
That's
what
a lot. That reminds me of my
Pokemon.
Pokemon. Yeah. Have you seen the new Alola Pokemon?
No, I haven't. I haven't been
Weird. It's like they made an Executor here. I don't know if I can pull it up now. They have like they made this Executor like its neck super fucking long and it doesn't even fit in the frame of anything.
That's good.
It's like they changed it. It's like now it's like a giraffe thing, or it says it's a dragon.
The palm tree looking thing.
Palm tree dragon. That's
Yeah.
what it's called. I don't know. I love that Pokemon stuff though. Aaron like he freaks out. He loves that stuff so
Yeah,
bad.
that's so cool.
He's so passionate about Pokemon. I'm glad they reamped it though, because like I still like it. I
forgot all
download those
about it.
emulators on my phone and then I play it. So it's like having a Game Boy Advance on my phone at all times. Charlie.
Yeah,
Charlie dog, come
wish
here,
I would
Charlie
play
dog.
More of that.
I can't believe it. Have you ever heard of that podcast called Guys We Fucked? It's a couple girls.
Yeah.
It's fucking. I was like, man, that goes to show you can make a podcast about anything. Two girls talking about guys we fucked.
Oh my gosh, that's crazy. How many followers do they have?
Way too many.
Way too many.
I have like 16 or 17 or something like that.
Subscribers?
I have like 17 or 18.
18 subscribers. Oh yeah, we're on that level right now.
Are we?
Yeah, I'm at 13. You're at like 17, I think.
Yeah, let me see. Let's check.
Yeah, I mean, this is the bottom tier of YouTubers.
we are bottom tier
We are, man.
Bottom tier, bottom of the bottom.
If we start now,
I don't even think that last episode was even really any good. The episode 788.
Yeah, no, we need to. I think I got a lot more stuff out of it this time than that one.
Yeah, for sure. I feel like we're getting better at it. Maybe I should just delete it and upload this one.
No, don't delete anything.
Why?
If it's not like too horribly like awful, like just leave it. Like I know there's a lot of embarrassing stuff about me in there, but I don't care if it's getting you views and stuff.
But what's 21 views?
Yeah, go ahead. Yeah, I think because it would be in my best interest for sure. I put some crazy stuff about my addiction out there.
Well, it's not about that, but I think it was like not structured enough.
Sure.
Not structured enough. Like this one's really good.
Yeah, this one's really good. Yeah,
Talking about all kinds of shit.
for sure.
Talking about my dad going to prison and shit.
Yeah.
Like, I hope it never ever comes back to bite my ass.
Yeah, no, I don't think he. I don't know. It's just kind of.
That egg sandwich was dynamite, by the way.
Ring, thanks, Mom.
Thanks, Mom. Thanks, great gift, Dad.
You're not my dad.
You want me to play y'all a song? I took a walk around this world to ease my troubled mind. I left my body lying somewhere in the sands of time. I watched the world fill to the dark side of the moon. I guess there's nothing I can do. I watch the world fill to the dark side of the moon. After all I knew, something there to do with you. I really don't mind. Happens now and then. As long as you be my friend, yeah. If I regret you now, you still call me Superman. If I'm alive and well, you'll be there holding my hand. By my side, superhuman night.
That's pretty good. I think that's pretty cool.
No.
Cool.
My Aunt Melissa watched this. Tell her she's a bitch. She'd never watch anything I have. She wouldn't support it.
Yeah.
She wouldn't give any time of day to it. Especially as bad as the last episode was.
Yeah, it was. Yeah. You could probably clean it up a little.
Clean what up?
Our conversations. I don't know. Today's was good. We didn't talk about anything crazy today. We talked about some crazy.
You know we're
shit.
still recording, right?
Yeah, I know.
Hey Tom. Oh Tom. Come on, buddy.
Damn, it's smelling more and more like cologne, this motherfucker.
Tom, come in. See, this is why I'm running the podcast, because I have so many people that come over and like me. Here, you're on live, Tom. Come on.
Here, you want
You're
to
on
see
YouTube.
right here?
You're live, Tom. Come on, sit in the chair.
Oh, I gotta go pick up a check.
Okay, you gotta go pick up the check. Well, come on, sit in the chair for a second.
Oh, you got your glasses or something?
Jamie's podcast line.
Jamie's podcast. Jamie. Why do you call me Jamie?
That's your name.
Because it's your name. Little Elvis just didn't feel right now.
A little Elvis didn't feel right.
I didn't want to broadcast that out to the world.
What's the best name you ever had for me?
Me or your best friend?
My best friend.
Hamster.
Hamster.
Because you're always spinning your wheels.
You always spin.
Bing, bing.
Yeah, that's funny. No, we've been making these podcasts.
So we might not broadcast this one.
No, we will. No, we will. It's going up. Definitely. You're in. It's not really live. I was just fucking with you.
Right, that's why I say might not broadcast this one. You actually gotta put send on that shit.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Tom came in, made me look like a jackass. I ain't putting this shit on the air.
Oh, what?
Fuck that nigga.
Where's my money, fool?
Where's your money? I'm about to go try to pick up a check. First check, 4 months?
First check in
No,
4
I
months?
got one check. But I'm about to go try to pick up this new guy check.
Well, so when do I get
Like
paid?
you've been
You didn't answer my question. When do I get paid? Where my money? Where my money? It's Stewie and freaking Brian. Cut that in.
James is flexing now.
I'm gonna cut in the Stewie, Brian. Give him it.
Well, let me see where the bank's at and where the check's at and how much I got.
Well, the bank's down the road.
I don't know where their bank is, but it should be
I
coming
don't know where the bank is. You dodging me? You ducking me, fool? You ducking me?
You got a little fucking
Do I get a little bowl?
Pod-
Do I get a little bowl to smoke?
podcast energy.
Podcast bowl?
Yes, please.
Alright, this little unit.
Do you have a little tiny pipe on you?
A little spot there? No, no.
Good old Dyson.
I'm actually stoned.
Yeah.
You don't have a little tiny little pipe?
I know.
I might have a little tiny little pipe. I'm gonna go right back. I'm gonna go find a tiny little pipe.
That doesn't sound bad at all. Wish I had my dugout. So what's your name?
Tom.
Tom and Storm.
Storm. Yeah.
You might have heard about me.
Yeah, you didn't come through yesterday?
No. Sure did. Damn it. Yeah.
Something like that Storm. I should have made him a cool fucking name before I came in here and got on this podcast, damn it.
I know, right? Yeah.
They call me fucking Wonderwood.
The commentator salad.
They call me Tater Salad.
Yeah.
No, they call me mashed potatoes.
Sadly, that's everyone knows that name already. So my mom gave it to me, so it's kind of
Oh,
hard to hide from that one.
Storm.
Yeah.
There was Stormy Waters one time.
Really? That's a cool name.
Musician.
Stormy Waters.
Yeah.
I like
Jazz or blues, I don't remember what he played. They played in bars downtown.
I got close to that. It was Raymond Storm.
Fuck yeah.
Rain Man's 3, yeah.
I knew a rainy fucking Misty Rain.
That's my little sister's. Well, my little sister's name is Samantha Rain.
Smith Rain.
Yeah.
Rainy
Uh,
Misty or Misty Rain or something like shit like that.
That's pretty cool. I love those names. My other sister didn't get a cool name. She got Brianna, so we just call her Breezy.
Right.
This is Brianna, the Storm, Breezy, and Rain.
Right. Storm Breezy and that type of thing.
I can't find the tiny little pipe. Where is the little tiny little pipe?
Just load it up. We gonna suck down the thing.
Yeah.
Just load us a decent bowl.
There's
We're gonna have some more.
There's the tiny little pipe, guys. I found the tiny little pipe. There's another decent bowl. I did have to I did have to put some in my pocket.
Yeah.
From earlier because I knew because I paid $10 and he paid $4 and I knew he'd try to.
Finagle.
And I know he won't listen to this video because he doesn't pay attention to anything or anybody longer than 5 seconds.
Yeah, no. I was definitely trying to get a job out of him though.
No, that was the worst idea you could ever have. Just don't even fuck with him. Especially if it comes to money.
Yeah. Okay, yeah. 'Cause I've been screwed on those type of deals.
Yeah, what?
There's a couple contractors that owe me hundreds of dollars still.
You like working and not getting
put
paid?
the old stash back. I had to put the old stash
Yeah,
back.
apparently I do.
Need a job?
I do need a job, sir.
Oh, I asked you yesterday. I needed a job.
Did you hear what I said?
Yeah, I heard in the back of my heart. You heard him if he needs a
You
job.
like working and not being paid? He said, apparently I do.
Oh, do you need a job? I didn't hear all that. I'm about to have conversations. I don't know what the fuck. All I heard was what I wanted to hear.
Hey,
It comes with spice.
If you like working and not being
Shake
paid, I got a job for you too. I'll hire everybody.
Tom's construction company's hiring anybody who wants to work hard as fuck for free.
I could
Or
probably
not
mark
hard
it
at all.
off
Just
my
work.
volunteer hours at Master Gardening.
Tom needs help restoring his. Tom needs help restoring his house. Anybody who wants to help restore an old historic building
No.
right behind the mill.
I've got a real job. You can show up to a real job work for free.
No, I want people to restore your house for free. I
Either
want,
way,
I want volunteer, I want volunteer
this is
workers to come
podcast.
restore this. It's a historic building.
No
it's
tweakers, please.
no tweakers. No tweakers involved.
We've already tried that.
And you can't fuck his wife. Nobody. You can't fuck his wife. No blowjobs from Shira. Nothing.
I don't care if you already know her. Fucking, she's mine now.
There you go. So, but it's an old historical building behind the mills, and they're
Hey,
trying
don't
to
talk
tear.
about her like that. I don't care if this is a podcast, damn it. You're not gonna talk about my wife like that.
Give me a lighter.
Yeah, we're right off.
Yeah, you'll stick around until I have the lighter, and then this in your hand. You ain't going nowhere, Tom. You're not gonna fight me either, because you'll eat me.
And then I'll.
You'll eat me, and then you'll beat me, or beat me and eat me. Lighter.
You're getting lighter, fuck.
God, Tom, you act like this is an inconvenience.
Fucking A. I come by for a 2-second stop.
What was that? To smoke my weed and go?
Pretty much. Find out if you had any, really. I was probably had any. You couldn't stop my uncle, so I went out to 39 and come back on the way in. You're the one that buzzed out the little tiny bowl.
Tiny little pipe.
Tiny little butt. It's got a big ass bowl on it.
Busted. That's funny.
That's good stuff. That's good stuff. Yeah, Tom, I definitely, what I've been doing is just recording random conversations I'm having with people. Like, here's a clip of, like, this video, a conversation last night I was having with my cool friends.
Not trying to fight a bitch, you know. And
That's how I used to
and
be,
he
yeah.
shook me and he said, "Nigga,
I
get
learned
the
that
fuck
thing
up."
when I was about
He said, "Why didn't you
16,
hit that bitch?"
17.
And I said, "Well, I mean, there's like hella motherfuckers here. Like, why am I gonna fight a bitch and then all these niggas get pissed and then all y'all jump me because I just beat a bitch up?" He said, "Man, fuck that shit. Go hit that bitch." Hey, bro, I ran in the house. I was Superman. Punched that bitch. Boom, knocked her the fuck out.
Anyway.
That was great.
Storm,
You have
Storm,
cool
my,
friends?
what?
You have cool friends?
No cool friends, hardly. I'm actually not that cool now. After watching that video, they're probably not that cool.
You just gonna cut all this shit and just get the good shit out of it?
No, see, like, what I just now did was I just said what I was going to say, and then I'm going to run the video into it, and then I pick up, oh, yeah, man, that video, that was so good. Ha, ha, ha. You see that video? It was great.
Yeah.
Oh, my God, did you hear what he said? That was some controversial stuff.
So you just did a commercial for your motherfucking video, then you're gonna play all your cool friends right in the middle of this shit?
Yeah.
You're spending way too much time on this shit.
Hey, but and the sad thing is I'm not even that good at it.
One of the cool friends. Fuck that
And just think I'm spending way too much time at it, and I'm not even that good at it.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, there's 17 subscribers that are expecting our content.
They're waiting for it.
Waiting for it.
They're waiting for it. Or they just subscribe because it was a joke. Like, this sucks so bad, listen to this.
Do you know the subscribers or somebody?
Some of them, like, you
I'm good, man.
want any money?
I don't know.
You don't smoke his podcast.
Yeah.
He keeps head straight.
Yeah, I'll hit it. Fuck y'all.
I walk around sounding like a dumbass. Looking for little pipes and shit. What the fuck? Just dropped his crystal ball.
When did you just stop? Did you stop using?
No, I didn't stop using it. I just figured I didn't want to interfere with this guy trying to get high. It looks like he just got off work.
Oh no, like I said, I guess you didn't hear me. I smoked a little before I came over. I was done. Appreciate that.
If I shared with him, I'm gonna share with you. I'm a nice guy. I do that. I share.
Yeah, I'm getting back to him. Fuck you.
Okay, fine.
That's what I'm pretty good. Yeah,
That's how you make friends. Yeah, no,
I don't piss him
I
off.
just gotta
Jared, Jared shook my hand one day and he's fucking pissed me a week. He's like, don't be fucking touching my friends, dude. It's like, hey, come up on me. He's like, I'm Jared, man. I'm like,
excuse me?
Tom
Is this
Tom doesn't like people touching him.
Yeah.
Like, I'll touch him to fuck with him because I know he won't hit me.
I don't like to be touched either. This is gonna work out great.
I always thought it was like a guy thing.
What do you sound like we're having an orgy? You say, oh, I don't
So
like
this
you
motherfucker comes
touching
up, puts his arm around me. I'm like, what the fuck, dude?
Come on. My mother couldn't even touch me like this.
Fuck. Mom don't even do that shit.
If my wife didn't even do that shit, I just put my hands behind my back and hit her from the back.
Sneaking up on me. Sneaking up on me.
I just leave it to her. My hands behind my back and I'm good. Yeah, the only time I let her touch me is if it's my dick.
Oh man.
You're good at that. You're good at. Show him some of your juggling thing. Have you ever seen him juggle?
This is my best trick, see?
Now show him. Show off. Don't be humble. Yeah, yeah.
Uh-oh.
And
Way too much.
Now watch him. He's really good at it.
Oh, shit.
Tom's not impressed by anything.
you like that though. That was pretty fucking cool. Like
That does flashing lights and fucking a little bit of fucking ecstasy and shit.
Here, this is this one that has less. Here, use this one.
Yeah.
It's a little cleaner.
yeah, that one's got less tells on it.
Less tails. Explain what that was again. The tail.
Yeah, in contact juggling, well, juggling's usually 3 balls or 2 balls, so you can juggle with one hand with 2 balls. But what do you do with just 1 ball? You contact juggle. So the illusion here is that the ball is just floating, not rolling. So you can do little quick movements like that, and if you can get it to like stop where you want it to, that looks cool. So it's more of an isolation than anything. So it's isolating, juggle isolation, or like to make something look like you're just moving around it. I don't know how to describe it. You ever seen David Bowie on the Labyrinth?
Nope.
That's what I'm doing.
David Bowie on Labyrinth.
Balls.
And then with magic balls.
Is that impressive, Tom? Tom doesn't even make a comment.
A little bit.
Tom doesn't even make a comment. He's
It
just
looks-
sitting there
it
just
looks-
like.
It looks so easy. I'm talking about the good old days, and what I would have, how fucking trippy that would have been on fucking different things,
Yeah.
like enhanced marijuana and shit like that.
Here's some enhanced marijuana.
Some enhanced marijuana.
Did you put something like that?
Huh?
Did you put something in this or did I?
You must have.
Man, I'm a magician.
Yeah.
My past self was thinking
Shit,
about
walked
you.
up, went over there and loaded that
I
motherfucker,
didn't
came back,
touch
stuff back
anything.
down.
Is it green?
Go on,
Yeah,
slide
it's
down,
green.
You're right on.
Loaded about weed for fucking 2 weeks. Fucking just been loaded.
That's
All I have is one fucking bowl. It's a little pie.
It's a little pie.
Michael Pollan's theory behind why cannabis has the forgetful effects to it is so that we would forget where it was in nature and wouldn't be using it all the time. So I don't think that really works because he just loaded 2 bowls because he forgot the first one. So it has more of the opposite effect, I think. I think it was. I think you might be right to the extent of like other mammals and stuff, like cows and grazing, like deer and stuff. But humans, we're never gonna forget where that shit's at.
Well,
and like buffalo, because they used to like roam. Those are nomadic herds and stuff. They would forget where the weed was.
buffaloes?
I think that
So buffaloes were hooked on weed.
anything with a spine can get high.
Cool, I didn't know that.
Yeah, that's
So the buffaloes would forget where the weed was.
So buffaloes, you saying buffaloes were using weed?
Oh, I'm sure any grazing mammal that came across it would decimate that crop because it was. Oh man, I bet it was the bomb.
I thought you had to heat up.
I bet it was the bomb. Well, I heard, yeah,
Well, I'm
Mike.
sure they came across some of it. In nature, it dries out on its own at the end of the cycle.
See, Michael Pollan also.
And those kind of animals
sorry.
love hay. Yeah, so they're digging that.
Well,
Too
here,
much fucking weed. They got the munchies.
Yeah,
They're not stopping.
they just blaze through that.
I heard Michael Pollan, this author, he also said, if you have like a rat, they have these rat, what is it? These rat, what was the word for it? Like, Disneyland for rats. Whatever, I don't fucking know.
Oh yeah.
The rat parks.
The cocaine experiment with rats.
Yeah.
Because if you gave a rat cocaine water and just regular water, if they're alone and isolated and stuff, they'll just drink the cocaine water until they die.
Yeah, it'll eat
but
it.
if you give them a park with other rats and toys and a little bit of room space, and you give them the cocaine water and regular water, they will never touch the cocaine water again.
But here's another one. But if you give it acid, they
will do that.
They'll do it only one time.
Oh really?
If it does it once, it doesn't touch it again.
Oh.
If it does acid, it does it once.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was like, what the fuck? Yeah, so animals don't like psychedelics.
Yeah,
Animals they don't like. They just don't like. They gave an elephant psychedelics until it died one time. Like, look up the elephant. It's like elephant dies on LSD. Elephant dies on LSD.
Yeah,
that's crazy.
That was pretty crazy.
They like injected it until it died. So like, I mean, I'm sure that fucking elephant freaked the fuck out. I'm sure it freaked the fuck out.
So I seen the video. He's like, "Wait, oh, it was terrible." And I was like,
Yeah, I can imagine this elephant.
you ever seen an elephant upside down, Keegan? Fuck, it was weird, man. Motherfucker would not shut
Standing
up.
on his trunk. Damn. That's weird.
I almost ran out of LSD.
Almost ran out of LSD. Almost ran out of LSD. They do a lot of LSD for an elephant, yeah. Really, they shit 100 pounds, isn't it? 100 pounds a day? Oh, Google that.
Interesting fact.
How much does an elephant shit a day?
Yeah. That's a lot.
Imagine I wonder how much it eats a day.
Yeah, I'm sure those
A full grown.
correlate together.
Tom, how much do you eat a day? You're close.
For every 50 pounds I shit, I usually eat 75 pounds of product. 25 just fucking dissipates somewhere. I don't know. Boogers.
Boogers.
Maybe a little bit of spit.
It's
I jack off a lot. Probably 10 pounds.
I jack.
Yeah.
I'm gonna leave you all with that.
Tom, have a good
It
one.
was nice meeting you.
Thank you, Tom. Thank you for coming on. Appreciate you.
Alright. I'll see if I can live without down here as well.
That's one reason I started this podcast, because I have so many people just show up over here.
Yeah.
They want to hang out with me.
Oh
They just like me for 10 minutes.
yeah. Yeah.
They like me for 10, 20 minutes, and then they go.
You want to keep this memory forever so that you don't feel lonely.
I don't feel lonely whatsoever now. I feel loved. Why don't you come back to the chair, Storm?
Oh yeah, I'll come back to the chair.
Come back to the chair, Storm.
Ooh, I'm probably gonna have to cut out on you soon too.
What?
Get back over to my house.
I'll cry.
Don't cry.
I'm crying already.
Damn.
I'll be good without you.
Wipe your tears with the fushigi ball.
Gypsy tears. Do not shrink me, Gypsy. I'm serious. You're like, are you gonna watch Borat, dude? It's a good fucking movie.
I need to.
It is a great movie. Like, back in the day, it was, like, controversial, I feel like. But now it's, like, okay, it fits perfect with today's society. It's like, funny. It's, like...
We've molded ourselves into Borat.
It's funny. It's
alternate
funny.
universe.
I like it. He's over there. Oh, man. It's good. Just go watch it. For sure.
That's funny.
Storm. Hopefully this episode gets more views and people like it better.
That would be cool.
That would be cool.
Yeah.
Do you
Definitely.
think they'll
Go
subscribe?
check out
Do you think they'll
Raymond
subscribe?
Storm's channel.
Do you think they'll subscribe?
Subscribe. Yes.
Do you think
I
they'll-
subscribed.
Did you?
Yeah. I even rang the little bell so that people get notified whenever I post.
Oh dang, dude.
That's
How
how
many-
I'm the first person to comment on all your stuff.
You're the first person. You're gonna be the top comment
Yeah.
every time.
No, the bottom. Actually, someone did comment before me on one of them, but
It's
I
my
am
little
now.
sister. My little sister's always trolling my shit. I can post a picture and she'll be like, faggot.
Yeah.
I'm like, I'm like,
That's your first. Your first.
She's mean.
Your first. What are they called? Damn it. You're just. Yeah. Your first troll.
Yeah. My first troll's definitely my sister. She's like, why are the voices deep? I'm like, fuck off, kid.
Right. That's like I told you.
That's funny.
They're pretty
Well, I had somebody message me. They said, "Oh, they loved it." Like, "Oh, that was great. I thought it was funny." I like the funny, deep voices. I thought it was funny.
Yeah, there is a sort of comical angle to it, but I feel like that's such a narrow audience that just having it clear spoken and stuff is a little bit more entertaining.
I don't know.
It gets I don't know. That's just my opinion. I don't know. Yeah, I know you really like it because of the comical value of it, but the comical value is a lot lower than the actual story and our us not sounding weird.
If you Google Bill Clinton weed, our video pops up.
Yeah. Like, who else has that video? Who else sold weed to Bill Clinton? I think my dad was probably the only one.
Boom. Roasted.
Roasted.
Do they do
He
that?
didn't even inhale, so what the fuck was he even
He
doing
liked
with-
fucking girls with put cigars, dude.
Oh gosh. Oh, that's not even rekindled.
I like what your
just
dad. I
the
like what
weed
your dad said.
story.
He goes, hell, I didn't know he was back there fucking pussy and selling cigars or selling cigars and smoking pussy. No, he said it
Well,
backwards.
My
the way he
dad,
said it.
My dad
However
gave
he
him
did
the
it, he said it
friggin'
backwards.
idea.
It was just funny when I went back and was listening to the edit. I was like, what the fuck? It was like he said it backwards. He said, he said smoking pussy and selling a cigar. It was good. But yeah.
He was smoking pussy-soaked cigars.
Ew, gross.
That's what he said.
Oh, okay. I thought in the edit I heard put some
They call him something.
pussy.
Sherm cigarette.
Sherm.
No, that's PCP. But basically, I don't know. Let's not talk about that.
I can
That's so funny because leave it in. But that's the whole part of that. The only part of that I really wanted to it needs to be. I wanted boil it down to just the weed story. It's probably about 5 minutes long. It's all about how my dad was selling weed. Not this whole story about how he was going to Camden and all these places. No one remembers all these names. Just be like, Hope.
My mom did. She's from she lived in Hope, Arkansas.
Yeah, that's where Bill Clinton was born. None of that happened in Hope. He was talking about, he said Hope, this, and then over here and this place and this place. Like, he just names two places that aren't even in the story. This is the way he should do it. Everything happened in Hope. That's the way he should do it, because that's where Bill Clinton's from. Is from Hope, Arkansas. Just make the story take place all in Hope, Arkansas.
See, you know the real story. You know the real story on it. See, I think for everybody else, it's just interesting because it's different.
It is crazy.
It sounds crazy as fuck.
Oh
it's
my
good.
gosh! Because it's not just him selling weed to Bill Clinton. It's about how my mom got hung up in this call girl thing and became a prostitute. And,
he was connected all to Bill Clinton though.
Yeah,
It's a Whitewater.
apparently,
It's a Whitewater scandal. It's the Whitewater scandal.
Yeah.
No, that's good content.
Yeah, I just
Cringy
wanna-
word.
It's the Whitewater scandal story now, but it needs to just be the I sold weed to Bill Clinton story. I'm just gonna turn it into a comedy bit and become a stand-up comedian. The whole thing's funny, but I just want to make a little joke about how my dad sold weed to Bill Clinton.
Yeah, you probably worked with it many times before.
Yeah.
So I got it in that run.
Yeah, well, you got it straight from the horse's mouth. Yeah.
Right. See, you'll water it down and make a good joke out of it. So you're gonna do that stand-up comedian stuff.
Oh yeah.
So when are you gonna jump into that boat?
As soon as I get the guts to go up on stage. Wednesdays you can go to the Looney Bin Comedy Club and do it for free. They'll waive your cover charge if you get on the mic.
Really?
Yeah.
And do you get any free beer?
No, you have to buy your own beer. So.
I know if you're like a band, you get hired, doing something, you get like 2 free beers.
Cool. That's dope.
Or 3 free beers, something like that. That'd be pretty cool.
Yeah.
I know my dad and his band, they used to do that. He needs to get some gigs. Everybody needs to hire an Elvis impersonator.
Well, yeah.
For your birthdays, for your mom's birthdays.
It's good business to see the band with drinks too, because it's like advertising.
Right.
They're advertising that you can get a friggin' drink. They'll usually give them.
Well, the band's drinking, so I got a drink.
Yeah, the band's having a drink.
Yeah, even they're fucking having a drink.
Yeah.
Shit, they're back there snorting
no.
blow and fucking hookers. No, I'm just kidding.
That's why bartenders put $1 or the first tips you see in a glass, in a bartending glass, the bartender put that in there. The tip jars aren't empty when they start.
Oh, it's called bait in the tip jar.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, of course.
Yeah, that's smart stuff. It works.
Like put like a $1 bill in
It
there.
just not only
I
does
like
it.
$1 in there, so it looks pathetically small.
Yeah, put a 5 in there. That's what I do. It lets people know where the tips go first off, but what tip jar doesn't look like a tip jar?
Well, people need a tip. People are dicks. People
Well, especially when you're making
like a surf
$2.13.
Yeah, $2.13 an hour.
$5 an hour if you're bartending.
No, it's ridiculous. It's
Yeah.
ridiculous. But you make good money serving.
Yeah.
I see. That's one thing that was cool about working at my dad's restaurant. He paid us like $7.25, $8 an hour plus tips.
That-
But we
if
did
you're a
tip-
good- if
but
you're a
we
good
did-
server.
But we did. No, but we did tip share.
Tip share is great for people like me that aren't good servers.
Right.
I sucked. The only thing I was really good at was the bar backing. I was the best bitch.
Bar back.
Bar bitch. I was the best. BBs. I was a BB. I was the best bitch. It's not a bar. I wasn't a bar bitch. I was the best bitch.
I never heard of that.
Yeah. Just bargaining terms.
When you gotta get out of here?
No, here in a minute. I freaking I just want to get back over to my house and clean up some more.
Yeah.
Finish what I was in the middle of.
Well, glad we were able to get this.
Me too. Ugh. Get out of your hair.
Alrighty. Yeah, I gotta do some stuff today.
Yeah. Yeah, I freaking yeah. I love our little chats.
Very good. Have a good one, man.
I will. Yeah, hit me up. I'll let you know when Dylan gets around and lets me know what he's doing.
Okay. Sounds good.
We'll get together and do it again later today.
Okay. Maybe.
Yeah.
Shoot, I get my kids here after a little bit. So.
Oh hell yeah. Gotta have them kiddos.
Always.
Always, always.
Always, always.
That's fun, dude, yeah. Take care.
You too. Now we're down to one. And this episode is over.